Okay guys, so this is part 2 of my DVD and Blu-ray update for October 6th. So yeah, okay. Mm. So the first one on this part that I got here is the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles remake. This one I got at what's it called? God's Way for I think it was $2. And I did a review about this last year, and I mean I don't really think that this is really a bad of a film. I mean, but it was okay though. It was basically about this girl. I think she ends up, I don't know what ends up happening to her, but I think she witnesses like these turtles, which is the Ninja Turtles, and she ends up taking a picture of them, and I think one of the turtles comes up to her and says, "Delete the picture right now." And she hears one of them say their names, and she was like, "That name sounds familiar," and she's thinking that she knows these turtles from somewhere, knows these names. They sound familiar, but she just can't really think of where she's heard them from. And she finds out that she had these turtles as a kid. It basically, I think it went to like a little different in this one. I think I only seen the original once, so I can't really exactly remember much that happened in this. But it was okay. The next one I got was Paul Blart and Mall Cop on Blu-ray. And this one I got from the pawn shop. I don't remember the price. And I think watching this one, I kind of think I like this one better than the second one. I did kind of like the second one too. But now I think I watched it again and I'm like, why did I say I kind of like this? You know? But this one is a pretty good one. About Kevin James as a small cop, and well, he's this fat mall cop, and he basically one day on Black Friday, there ends up these robbers. They end up taking people hostage in a bank in the mall, and it's up to Paul Blart to save them, and that's basically the whole plot of this movie. But it's a pretty funny movie though, and I really kind of enjoyed this, especially on Blu-ray, because I had the DVD of this. Alright, another comedy that I most definitely loved was Identity Theft here on Blu-ray, which comes with both the theatrical and unrated versions. Now this one I got at Walmart. I think it was $8.96. This one stars Jason Bateman and Melissa McCarthy. But this one is basically about Jason Bateman's character. He ends up getting his identity stolen by Melissa McCarthy's character, and there's a scene in like the gas station. Well, and she ends up going to jail for doing something like stupid in the bar, and there's a scene where Jason Bateman's character, he ends up getting gas at the gas station, and the card is not working, and he's like, what is going on? There is money on my card. And next thing he knows, he gets pulled over by the cops, and they're saying he's under arrest because he missed his apparently missed his court date or something. I can't remember, but and he finds out that someone's stolen his identity, and he's basically going all the way, where are they? I think he lives in Colorado, but he goes all the way to Orlando? I can't remember. I think Florida, I think it was Florida. Yeah, it was Florida. It's gotta. I know it was Florida. It's gotta be. But anyway, he ends up trying to get her back into Colorado, so that he can press charges on her, and that's basically the whole point of this movie. He's trying to get Melissa McCarthy's character back so that they can arrest her, because they're basically like, well, she's in Florida and they can't arrest her. She's got to be in Colorado for them to arrest her. But this is a pretty interesting movie, and I really kind of enjoyed it. I really do hope one day to do a sequel. Alright, the next one I got was Casino here on Blu-ray. Now this one I got at what was it? Food Lion for $5.99. And I really actually kind of like this. It was basically about, you know, like the mob. I can't really remember. It's hard to explain without, you know. Like I said in the other one, I'm not gonna probably be talking about some of them because I can't really exactly remember 100% of what it was about. Alright, but anyway, the next one I got here is Gone with the Wind here on Blu-ray. Got this at Big Lots for $5. Yeah, this is the one about the Civil War. Great classic. Always really loved this movie. It is a long-ass movie, though. It's 233 minutes, so yeah. And I'm surprised, because, like, it's 70th anniversary edition, and the only special feature it includes is a commentary. That's it. So, that's just weird. But yeah, but I really love this movie. I really do. Alright. The next one I got, again, I don't remember what happened in this, but I got Dreamhouse here on Blu-ray, and I got this one at Dollar Tree for obviously $1. Yeah. But this stars Daniel Craig, Naomi Watts, and Rachel Weisz something. Alright, the next one I got here, and yes, I do remember this. I will know what it's about. It's called The Boy Next Door here on Blu-ray. I got this at the pawn shop for, can't remember, but it's basically about Jennifer Lopez's character. She ends up getting a new neighbor next door, and it's like, and this boy who's like 19 years old named it's basically nice at first, and then he basically gets, he's always coming into the house a lot, and he's always friends with her son, and he's basically very, very become obsessed by Jennifer Lopez's character, and this was probably one of the best movies of 2014 or 15, whenever this was made. I just really enjoyed this movie, and I always really love those kind of like obsession movies, like The Crush, Swim Fan, what was the other one? Fear. I always really like movies that has people being obsessed by other people. Yes, I really love the show Obsession Dark Desires, like the one on Investigation Discovery. I don't know, but this is probably like one of the most well done films they ever did. Yeah. Alright, now these next ones are from the Closing Down movie Stop, and I just really want to cry because that's my favorite store of all. But here's the next one I got. It's Apollo 18 here on Blu-ray. Yeah, this one was from the Closing Down movie Stop for $7.99, I think. This is one of those found footage movies. I can't exactly remember what happened in this, really. It was so confusing, but I really love those found footage films. I don't know why, I just do, you know. Another one I got from the Closing Down movie store was The Last Exorcism here on Blu-ray. Now this one is pretty good. Now this is about, I think it's these people who are like therapists, are they? I can't remember. Well, they go to a client's house where Her name's... What is her name? They go to the Sweeter... Some... I don't god darn me know. I don't know, but they basically go to, Ashley Bell, is that her name? Again, it doesn't say. Oh, yeah, Ashley Bell's character, that's their client. And she ends up being possessed by some kind of demon, and they're trying everything they can to get it out of her, and... You know, and this is a pretty good film, and this was produced, I think, was it? Or, yeah, produced by Eli Roth, which... And yes, I always loved Eli Roth's films. Like, I did like, this movie, Cabin Fever. I liked the original one. Yeah, they remade it, but I'll talk about that later, though. Yeah, he also did Hostel. The first two Hostels. He did not do the third Hostel, I don't think. But yeah. But this is a pretty interesting film. If you hadn't seen it, definitely check this one out. Another one I got from the Closing Down Movie Stop was Dressed to Kill, here on Blu-ray. Now, this movie I absolutely loved. I don't even think anyone's... Well, probably some people's heard of it, but... I don't know, but this is probably, like, one of the best movies. Like, I don't know if you would consider it... Probably thriller? I don't know, but it's one of the most, like, outstanding films of all. It was... And this is basically about a girl. She goes see a therapist because, like, she's let me see what was it about. Well, because I think she was raped or something. But one day, she ends up getting killed on the elevator by some mysterious person. He's wearing, like, a wig, like, basically wearing a woman costume, and I think that's what happens. I don't remember, but I remember outstandingly loved this movie. And you can compare this to the movie Psycho, because this was, like, well, it was well done made, and this was, like, probably one of the most and best fucking movies of all. It really was. Another one that I got from the Closing Down Movie Stop was Prom Night remake here on Blu-ray. Well, I read in I'll talk about it in a sec. But I think most people shitted on this one. I don't know why. But I really kind of liked it. I really liked the music to this. But I saw one of the special features. They said this is not a remake. Well, the director said that it's not a remake. It may have, like, the same name to the, you know, the Jamie Lee Curtis one, but it was really supposed to be its own film. But I guess we're gonna still call it a remake because everyone's saying it's a remake. But anyway, it's about this girl named Donna, Brittany Snow's character. She's living with her grandparents because 3 years ago, a man, or I think it was like her teacher or something. He became obsessed with her mother, and he ends up killing her and the father, basically killing her family. And she one night ends up going to prom, and the man ends up escaping from, I think, a mental institution, and he basically follows Donna and to this hotel, because it takes place in a hotel where they're having the prom, and the killer ends up following her there, and he ends up, like, basically killing people one by one. But this movie I really enjoyed. I mean, I really like the music to it. That's probably why I like it. I don't know. But I don't know. There's just something about it I like. I think it's the music. Alright, the next one I got was the XFiles, I Want to Believe, here on Blu-ray. And I got this one at what was it? Big Lots, I believe, for $5. And now, This one I really liked, actually. I think this one was better than the Fight the Future one, but this one was basically about Scully and Mulder. They reunite, and they're basically solving a case because about one of the FBI agents getting abducted by a man, and it was they basically called this man like I think the Frankenstein killer or monster or something, but it was real good, and I just absolutely love this. I really don't want to really spoil anything, but it's just really outstandingly good. And you also get like the extended cut of this film, which yeah. So if you're an X-Files fan, I would consider this to be probably the best ones of all. Alright, the next one here that I got, and finally another Scream Factory. It was Dolls here on Blu-ray, and I actually got this at the Salvation Army for $2.99. But this is the original artwork. It didn't come with the slipcase thing, but like, here's the new artwork. I probably can't see it, but I think this was directed. No, it wasn't. It was the executive producer, Charles Band, which I always really liked Charles Band's films. Which he always makes these like killer doll movies. Like he did the Ginger Dead Man. I think he did Killjoy, the one about the clown doll. I think he also did Puppet Master, Demonic Toys, like, yeah. But this one is a pretty good one as well. About these this family. They I think their car ends up getting broken down or something, and they end up finding this old haunted mansion, and they end up going in there to spend the night. They're these people's guests, basically, and they're basically staying there for the night, and I can't remember what act. That's pretty much all I remember that happens in this. Again, like I said, I cannot remember everything about, I'm sorry for that, but I guess that's what happens when you're not on YouTube a lot. Anyway, I think I'll probably do a couple more, then I'll stop right here. Okay, here's the next one I got was Click here on Blu-ray, and I got set up a pawn shop in Dover. I think I don't remember the price really, but this is probably one of my favorite Adam Sandler films of all. It's about Adam Sandler's character. He ends up, he's always getting tired of his kids like controlling him, like basically like doing pranks on him about the remotes and shit. And he one day ends up going to a store, and he meets Christopher Walken's character, and he tells him, hey, you should use this, which is the remote. And he ends up discovering that the remote doesn't just control the TV, it can control everybody, and probably control the future. And he ends up doing like these crazy things, it's like funny stuff. It's so like, I don't know, it was pretty good though. I really enjoyed it. And the next one I got here was Daddy Day Camp here on Blu-ray. Also got it at that pawn shop in Dover. I don't remember the price again. Now this is actually the sequel to the Daddy Daycare, and I'm surprised. And Daddy Daycare never came out to Blu-ray. You would think that would also be on Blu-ray, but it's not. Just this. But but this movie was okay. But one question: how the hell did it get into theaters? Because, like, I mean, this looks like something that should have been, like, a directed-to-video type film. I mean, because, like, it was in theaters, but, I mean, it wasn't even the same characters. Like, well, I mean, maybe one of them, but that's it. Because, the original father in Daddy Daycare was Eddie Murphy, and this is Cuba Gooding Jr. What's the... but the guy that plays Phil, I think that's the same person. I'm not 100% sure, but I think it is. And, you know, it's... And it's, and his son is different, obviously, probably. But anyway, but it's basically about him, basically about, Cuba Gooding's, character. He basically is being like, well, what if we do something special for the kids this summer? And he ends up going to his... He goes back to his childhood camp. I think, what was it? Camp Driftwood, but it's all like a piece of crap. And he redecorates it, and he makes it into Daddy Day Camp. And I think that's pretty much all I remember about this. I just wanted to talk about how crappy this thing was, and, like, just wonder how the heck it got into theaters, when really it should have been... really wasn't really a good sequel at all. But, I mean... But it was okay, though. I mean, it just really wasn't all that good. Alright, the next one here that I got was the Michael Jackson's This Is It here on Blu-ray. Also got it at that pawn shop. Endover. Don't know the price, but and this is basically the documentary about Michael Jackson's last and final music rehearsal that he was going to do in London. And there's, like, a lot of good songs on this that he was going to do. He was going to do, like, Beat It, Billie Jean, Thriller. They were going to do, like, a 3D thing, like, making these, like, effects for the 3D, like, I think, like, these very, very good effects for a newer music video to the Thriller thing. But yeah, but I always really like some of the Michael Jackson songs. I mean, and yeah, that's pretty much all I gotta say about this. Okay, guys, and the last one I got here, well, it's the last one I'm gonna be reviewing about for now, because, like I said, I got, like, this ain't, and that is not all, because I got, like, a lot more than this. Talking a lot. So, alright, the last one I got was the XFiles, the complete second season here on Blu-ray, and I got this at Walmart for $17.96, and this is like a bigger set, though. It's a 7-disc set, contains 25 episodes, and it's basically like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So, anyway, let me tell you what the episodes are. The episodes you get are Little Green Men, The Host, Blood, Sleepless, Dwayne Barry, Assassin 3, One Breath, Firewalker, Red Museum, Excelsis, Dilly, something, Aubrey, Irresistible, Die Hand, Die, Virtuex, Fresh Bones, Colony, Endgames, Fearful, Summer Tree, .com, Humbug, The Collusory. I cannot, like I said, but the XFiles has got some really weird ass, like, episode names. So so I'm trying basically pronounce them as best as I can. Gletta, Soft Light, Our Town, and Anasi. Anasi, I guess that's what it says, but that's basically all. But yeah, I'm glad I got. I still need to get 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The Fight the Future one on Blu-ray, and that new one that came out. The 6 clip thing. I forgot what it was called. But anyway, that's all of the Blu-rays I got to talk about for this one. So I'll see you guys in part 3 whenever I'll get the chance to do it. See ya.